Welcome, 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 everyone. Happy New Year. Made it alive in 25. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's New Year is starting off fantastic. Fantastic. Get set up here a little bit more. Okay, turn this down here. Switch over. Hmm. Looked like we didn't make those eights, but that's good with me. I knew he was working against the law average, so that's why I was telling everybody play responsibly. Don't sell your house on those eights. Okay. Now, hey there, Teresa. Hey, Renee. Happy New Year. Kiki, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you all know, I always start OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, and stick with a budget and play responsibly. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. New subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you with us and anybody viewing here at PICK-3 at a glance. I specialize in PICK-3 at a glance and only PICK-3 because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. It's the only one that I know I can track the actual 1,000 numbers. That's why you see this sheet here, where all 1,000 numbers is on this one sheet. So it's easy to track. And I work with the law average on those 1,000 numbers to know how to narrow down the numbers to get into the winner circle. If you're not familiar with, I want you all to go and look up a guy called Eddie Tipton. You can go to PICK-3, the Eddie Tipton story, and I did do a upload on him. He rigged the lottery, the Iowa lottery. He was over the software and the development of the lottery and the software in Iowa, electronic draws. And he had rigged the lottery, and he worked for him. He worked for the software and security division. And so if he could rig it, the lottery can rig it. They caught him, they arrested him, got all the information on how he did it. So if they know what he did, they can do the same thing. So there's no guarantees in this lottery. None, zilch, zero. But it does have to work off the law average if they're not cheating. Now, if the lottery, which is possible, they can start with Eddie Tipton, what they know with him. They can start picking the numbers instead of them being random. They can pick the numbers that pay out the less amount of money if they like. They can do whatever they want. So I would say play it for fun. If you hit them and you hit them good, you know, so much the better for you. But realize that the ball is not in your court, and if it's in your court, the lottery can take it out your hands at any time, and there's nothing you can do about it. But if you get them and you get them good, and you got a system or a strategy that works and it's working for you, then so much the better. But don't get way out there where you're deep in debt and you're not paying your bills and being a responsible person. I basically play it because I enjoy it. I put this PICK-3 at a glance strategy together on my own after playing the lottery for 30 years and and tracking everything that I could track, read every book I could read, read every tic-tac-toe date sum, grid, root sum, algorithm that I could look at to try to win. But I wasn't getting anywhere. And I decided to put together my own system, which I implemented, and I'm real happy with it because I can track all 1,000 numbers, and I know what's going on with the lottery, and I'm tracking the actual numbers and not doing any guesswork. I'm looking at foresight and not hindsight. Everything that I was looking at and studying was hindsight. After a number fall, I was trying to figure out what next number would be coming, and there's no way that you're going to find a system that's going to tell you what number is coming the next day. What Eddie Tipton did was really simple and easy. He worked with the law of average, and he narrowed the numbers down. That's what I do with the PICK-3 glance strategy, to when he thought the numbers would hit. He narrowed them down somehow to 200 numbers. He started with the PICK-3, and he narrowed the numbers down, and he knew about the amount of time it would take for the numbers to hit. So he wasn't trying to hit these numbers every day. He had targeted dates to play in the States, and you shouldn't be trying to hit these numbers every day. You should let the law average work for you to win. Okay? Because there's nothing out there that's going to tell you what number out of these 1,000 numbers is going to come, especially the next day. Because any of these 1,000 numbers can take up to 15 years and never show up. And that's on the PICK-3. PICK-4s and PICK-5s, I don't even put the energy into them to try to win them because, like I say, I play it for fun, and PICK-3 is I can watch. I can see how I lost, and I can see how I win when I win PICK-3. I can't see any of that with PICK-4s and PICK-5s. But with PICK-3, I'll know how I lost. I know what numbers I played. I'll always know why I played the numbers. And I'll always know how I missed it, how I actually missed the actual 1,000 numbers. So here we go. But look up Eddie Tipton. He actually rigged the lottery. After I found out he rigged the lottery 7 years ago, I became a student of Eddie Tipton. Not to go to jail, because he went to jail. He just got out in 2020, I think it was, after serving 5 years. But I learned all his systems that I could think about, and I put it together in a simple, workable order of 4 workouts that anybody can do and track and learn how to win and increase their chances of winning. And if they lost, know how they lost, and if they won, know how they won. Okay, so here's what we have. Illinois, I specialize in Illinois evening draw because I can use it as a template to show everybody in any state, anywhere in the world, that on the moon, if they're using the PICK-3 at a glance, how to increase their chances of winning. Okay, I have a saying, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget. All right, and play responsibly. Now, 633 came out for the new year of 2025. I like that. I like that first number on the new year because it starts telling me a story. When you use the PICK-3 at a glance and you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers for your state, you start reading the numbers. The numbers start telling you a story or lesson the numbers and how to use them and understanding what's going on with the numbers. That's what you have to do. You're going to have to put the work in. You have to put the work in. If you're going anywhere like I used to and chasing numbers and looking in books for numbers and numbers falling on certain days and on if I stuck my toe, I was supposed to play a number and things like that, you don't get anywhere with it. It's luck, and luck runs out. But you can put your hands on these PICK-3, these 1,000 numbers, and know what's going on with these 1,000 numbers if you organize them. And I put PICK-3 at a glance together in an organized manner. So we're going to do it's the 633. And these numbers are random. These numbers are random. And it takes 3 years to 4 years for each one of these random numbers to come out. because you're only going to get 365 out of a year. So that's only a third of those 1,000 numbers. And for them numbers to have to rotate out takes almost 3 years to 4 years. That's why you can't try to play every day to try to win and try to hit. Okay? So what you have to do, we had the 633 to come out. Here's one of my sheets here from last year. This is strategy number 2. I just want to show you something. I hope I don't lose anyone here. Lose anyone. Right here, we have the 3-3. See that 3-3 underlined there? I knew that 3-3 hadn't failed for 2 months. This month, it was going into a third month, which is 60 days. This is what I mean by being able to track the actual 1,000 numbers. Anything underlined here didn't fall out the previous month. This 8-8 hadn't failed out the previous month. That's why I was looking for the 888s and still looking for them on my end. On my end of the 888s, okay? I told everybody if they don't come by the end of this year, you can fall off of them. Okay? But stick with your budget. If you want to play them 50 cents straight, you can. But I'm going to play them up until the end of this month. Then I'll probably back off of them and go to my standard way of playing, which I don't play 888s at no triples do I play all year unless I see a reason to play them in November, December, and January. And I got to know certain things about this 8 to play it. If I don't see that, I won't play triples all year long. I won't play triples at all because there's only one way to hit triples, which may not fall all year, and they don't pay no more than any other number that you're playing. But I am playing the 888s because I knew, and I hit the 885 last month and the 884 last month, because I knew in January of 2024, 88 hadn't failed on the front all year. That's how you track. That's how you do your numbers. And I knew that it only failed on the back once in January. So out of a whole year, this 88 had not failed. See why you can't be chasing these numbers trying to hit? You have to know why you're playing your numbers. Also, I knew that this 8-8 pair hadn't failed since July of last year. The pair, just the 2, the number. So I knew December was a dead ringer for the 8-8 on the front or the 8-8 on the back. Okay. Now, with them playing, and I knew also, see here, if you know anything about opposite and mirror numbers, this 3-3 and 8-8 is opposite pairs of each other. So you had a 50-50 chance of either one of these coming out last month. It could be the 8-8 or the 3-3. But I banked on the 8-8 because I knew it was out the longest. Now, but what it did, the law average caught itself up with the 6-3-3 the first of the month. This is how you strategize. This is how you build a skill set. This is how you increase your chances of winning. You got to know what's going on with the numbers. You can't be guessing what's going on with the numbers. I know everything about every number I play or I don't play it. When I cut back, I know why I'm cutting back on my numbers. If I increase my play, I know why I'm increasing my play. All based off the law average. Now you see here, this 3-3 and this 8-8 hadn't failed and them been opposite of each other. That gave me a 50-50 chance of one of these two coming in. In any of them, if a 0-0 and a 5-5 hasn't come in together in a month or 2 months or 3 months, I'm definitely playing one of these because now my chances of winning is a 50%. This is not complicated. What Eddie Tipton did to rig the lottery wasn't complicated. It was simple. What I'm telling you here is simple, but you got to know what you're doing for your state. All the numbers run different in all the states. Midday numbers run different from evening numbers. Evening numbers run different from midday numbers. Midday numbers do not bring evening numbers. Evening numbers do not bring midday numbers. They don't do it. It's just the way those 1,000 numbers fall. They don't, nothing brings no number. Nothing, serial, silch. You have to track to know why you playing the number to win. Nothing's out there's going to tell you what's coming the next day at all. Just check the Eddie Tipton story, get knowledgeable of some of it, and come to my channel, and I can put more in detail. All of these numbers here on this pyramid, I was calling a triangle, but somebody said a pyramid. I think pyramid is more easy for people to remember than maybe triangle, but I'll call it a pyramid. All these numbers are opposite. All these pairs are opposite of each other. This is strategy number 2. All these pairs, you can find is opposite in anywhere. This triangle represents of the 1,000 numbers, 2,710 pairs. See, when you know, you ain't got to be heavy in math. You just got to know what's going on. And I came up with this triangle because I wanted to know what pairs didn't fall every month and what pairs did. And be truthful with you, when I put this triangle together, I had no idea how I was going to use it. But I knew that I could figure out all 2,710 pairs would be in here. And learning how to use it is very simple. Because, you know, somebody asked me if they were, I don't see a 97 in here. And they was looking for the number 97 pair. Here it is right here. It's just 79. It's just a reverse, but it's still the same pair. Any of these pairs, if you don't see, you won't see a 65 in here, but it's 56. You won't see a 42 in here, but it's 24. Okay? So you just have to, if you don't see it, just reverse it and you know that that's the pair you're looking for. You won't find a 31 in here, but you find a 13. That's the pair. I might be jumping a little ahead of you guys, but I'm explaining this in detail, a little bit more detail than I normally do. But here, all these pairs and their opposite have been simplified. For at a glance, you know what is opposite. The opposite pair of 01 is 5, 6. See? Anybody know what I'm talking about? They'll know. O is a 5 is O. A 1 is a 6, a 6 is a 1. So you can if you look at these pairs and you track it, whatever is left for the month, and you see that 01 didn't fall and 56 didn't fall, and the opposite pairs, there's your 50-50 chance of hitting. Now you then narrowed it down to a 50-50 chance. One of these two going to come. Working with the law average, they have to come. I don't care what system they use other than cheating, and I don't know if it's cheating, but picking the numbers themselves, working with the law average, 9 out of 10, one of these pairs is going to show up. And one of these pairs on these opposites going to show up. The opposite pair for 03 is 58. So if you see a 03 and a 58 ain't failed for a whole month or going into 2 months and ain't failed, 50-50, you just increase your chances by 50% of winning. Not guessing numbers, but knowing what's going on with these pairs. I ain't told nobody that too much, but people been following me probably should know what I'm talking about. Okay? All these pairs opposite each other. All of them. The opposite pair of 99 is 44. The opposite pair of 55 is 00. Opposite pair of 22 is 77s. Opposite pair of the 17 is 62. And here it is, the 26. It's simple. I hope I ain't scared nobody. But when I do the mirror and everything for the opposite numbers for everybody, you'll see. It's so simple. It's too simple. And Eddie Tipper, the way he was simple. All he had to do, he had to set the system up when so the number and them opposites, he would know when they didn't fall together and know when to play. All right, so we're gonna start a little bit from scratch. These thousand numbers. See this side number 500 is opposite this 500. They have so when you get them when one of the both sides, one of them ain't played, one of the other side got to come. And if you've been with me and you're viewing, and if you want to help me, show me some love and help the channel grow, please just double tap the screen like that and give me some likes so I can get this information out to people so people don't be burning up and losing all their money. Just double tap the screen and you'll see a light. Double tap the front of your phone and you'll see a light come up. And that should increase the likes for me. Okay? But so I would circle. Hold on, I gotta get a pencil. Got to get me a pencil to write to it. You'll see that 33 that showed up for the new year. That's what I mean. The numbers don't, you carry those numbers over into the new year that don't play. Instead of starting every year with a whole bunch of 1,000 numbers, all you're going to carry over is any numbers like this year that didn't play off of here. I'm carrying them over to January of 2025. See this 33 hadn't played? It caught up with itself, working with the law average. Now, okay. And it came 366 and the 36 had already played last month. So I usually just do a little mark. So now I'm really through with this for the year. Other than transferring this would be my July sheet. Other than transferring anything that hadn't hit on this pyramid over to here by highlighting it or underlining it to let me know that it didn't fall. I'm gonna give you an example here. Last month now I know that the 1-1 didn't fall, so I'll underline it. And this is for January of 2025. I'm just gonna put a little something here for right now. This is January of 2025. I'll just do J N N of 2025. This is my new sheet for Jan of 2025. I guess I'll use this one because it's large and you can understand and see. Okay, but I do have it smaller, but I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna underline the 4-4 that I know didn't come in. Underline that did come in December. And I'm going to underline the 55 I know that didn't come in. Okay. And I'm going to underline, that's it. You had, for last month, you had 3 doubles that didn't come in. But do you see what's going on here now? None of them are opposite of each other. So now I know that I don't have a 50-50 chance with these doubles going into this month. But if say that this 00 and this 55 hadn't failed, then I know I got a 50-50 chance of hitting those. Okay. Now, same way here. Now I want to check and see what else I got here that didn't fall on this circle here. And now I'll see the 04 here didn't fall for the month. Underline that. Okay. Then I go to the next column. I see the 13 didn't fall for last month. Then I go here. I see the 23 didn't fall. I underline that. Okay, let's go to the 33. Okay, everything fell off on the 33. Well, I would really had this should have been underlined because it didn't hit last month. See what I'm saying? So I would have had it underlined. Let me just go ahead and underline it though, so I won't be off. I won't make an error myself thinking that it hadn't hit. Okay, now, but I'll circle it now because on this sheet it did come. So I have it underlined and circled, and I have the 36 underlined because it's a pair. It's got two it's got two numbers alike, so that's a double. So it's a double pair. So you have the 33 and the 36, and you'll circle it. So for the starting of the month on strategy number 2, it's the first thing to hit for the month. I know that at a glance. Now, and let's see what we got here. We said the 44 hadn't came, right? Let's see if there's anything else on the 44. Nope. Okay, can y'all see that? Make sure y'all see everything. Okay, yeah, I think you can see. Let's see. Can you see? All right. What other one? Okay, 55. We want to see if what the 55 did. 55, like I say, the double five didn't hit, but everything did hit. Those pairs all hit. 66. We said the 55 and we said the 66. Didn't hit. How many did I say? How many doubles? Okay, the 66 and the 1 didn't hit. Okay. We have exactly what I'm talking about here. See these numbers here? Opposite each other from a December didn't hit. So here's your 50-50 chance. You want to keep your eye on this now. So when you win and you're going to play doubles, you're going to make sure that you be looking at playing these here, the 1 and the 6. Okay, double. This is how you build your bucket list. Your 7 didn't hit. I mean, your 7 hit, your 8 and your 9. So now I know exactly what's going on here. So the only thing that I'm looking at when I'm talking about pairs, I know what to do with these pairs. Because here I got, like I said, the 20, I got this column here. I got the 01, the 04 pair, 13 pair, 23 pair, 36 pair, the 33, well, the 30, well, not 36. Anything that's under that. The 44 pair, 55 pair, 66 pair, and everything else hit. Okay? So now I'm going into January looking at this to play, or how I'm gonna play them. And do it when you're doing pairs. If you play them, you can wheel the pairs. If you know, if I like this here, my numbers that I know that this 1 this 1 already I know going on almost 2 months ain't hit. And here the 6 just didn't hit last month. So you can wheel it. Like here. Because I used to think that the lottery started over every year, but they don't. Those numbers just rotate on over those 1,000 numbers. Like the 1 I'm talking about is a pair, and that's 6. If I look at playing it, I'm gonna wheel it down. I'm playing 1-1-0, 1-1-1, 1-1-2, 1-1-3, 1-1-4, 1-1-5, 1-1-6, 1-1-7, 1-1-8, 1-1-9. And then I'm looking at 6-6-0, 661, 662, 663. Wait a minute. 663. I should probably did this a little different so y'all could see it better. It makes more sense of, but I'll do it this way anyway. 6 6. But this is how you will it anyway. 6 6 5 6 6 6 6 6 7 6 6 8 6 6 9. You see that? These numbers are opposite each other. Okay? If you know anything about the opposite numbers, I'll just do something real quick here. Just give you a little idea. If you took a number line here, the number line here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then you got the bottom here, you're just going to add a +5 to these numbers to get your bottom numbers. +5 to 0 is 5. +5 to 1 is 6. +5 to 2 is 7. +5 to 3 is 8. And +5 to 4 is 9. So all you did, take the 1,000 numbers, divide them in half. You got the triple zeros up here and the 499 back here. The 500 here are the 1,000 numbers and the 999. Okay. Just tuck that 1,000 number, divide in half. That's what I call the numbers are opposite. 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3. 4 opposite 9, and 9 opposite 4. Okay? Now, what you're looking at here, yep, 0 to 9 is William. William. And so what you're looking at this a little bit different. It might be a little confusing, but by doing that, this here, all these numbers are opposite each other. So really what you're looking at here, a 1 is same as a 6. See here, 1 and 6 are the same. So this would be 6, 6, 5. This here would be triple sixes. This here would be 6, 6, 7. This here would be 6, 6, 8. This here would be 6, 6, 9. This here would be 6, 6, 0. This here would be 6, 6, 1. This is what I mean by you got to know the opposite numbers and make sense of it. This here would be 6, 6, 2. This here would be 6, 6, 3. And this here would be 6, 6, 4. You see that? It's the same numbers that I did the number line down here, but I tried to make it where it makes more sense to you while you see that they're opposite each other. 1 is opposite of 6, 6 opposite 1. 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. But they're the same opposite of each other. This is the top half of the 1,000 number. This is the bottom half of the 1,000 numbers. And they're opposite each other. Does that make sense to anybody? No, I don't, William, I don't flip numbers. They don't tell you anything. All I use strictly mirrors. They don't tell you. I don't even understand the principle of flip why you would flip numbers. That's hindsight stuff we use it. The lottery is simple. We make it harder than it needs to be with all these algorithms and flipping mirrors and mirrors and rundowns and tic-tac-toes, and everybody got all kind of different ways of doing it to arrive at a certain destination that still you don't know anything about. I know that 110 is obviously 665. If I flip any of this, I don't know nothing. Or if I mirror, I know the opposite. If they whatever mirrors, half of them is. If you go through YouTube, half the people interchange mirror and flips like they're the same thing, and most of them don't even know what they are. If you go through YouTube checking people doing this, I was the same because I was misled. I was a victim of misinformation. I was a victim of misinformation. You're gonna see a lot of it on YouTube. Yeah, I can, but what purpose is that going to serve me, William? To know that, what is it going to serve me to know that? I know you add +3 to those, correct? But what purpose? Tell me what I'm gonna do with that. Just like I told you, when you see that a 1-1 and a 6-6 pairing played, here's your wheel to winning. Because 9 out of 10, 50-50 chance. Where is it at? And I got my eye on it, Will. If this 1-1 and 6-6 don't fall all month in January, I got my eye on it. If it don't fall in February, I'm planning in March. I can do something with that. I can't do nothing with knowing that 110 is opposite of 443. I mean, it's a flip of 443. What am I supposed to do with that flip number? What can I do with it? What is going to tell me to get me into the winner circle? Can you tell me? Maybe I'm overlooking something. And you're correctly right. But I got away from flips. Yeah, it can fall, but what would make me think it's going to fall? All the numbers are random. It can fall, but what would give me an indication that it would fall? This gives me an indication that this will fall. Because working with the law average, 90 days out, 9 out of 10, something going to come off of one of these. And this don't happen in 90 days. And then in doubles, it could take 120 days. But I got my eye on it, and when I'm planning, I know why I'm planning. And if it don't come, I know why it didn't come. But all these numbers can fall. All these 1,000 numbers can fall. They're random. They're random. There's no rhyme or reason to them falling. Good point. It can. All of them can fall, but I want to know why it fall, and I want to know why I missed it when it fell. But 9 out of 10, I will know why I missed it because I ain't playing it. I ain't gonna play nothing I ain't tracked. I ain't studied. You kind of getting that, William? What I'm talking about? You got to know why you're playing the number, and the only way you're gonna know is work with all 1,000 numbers. You can't do a tic-tac-toe, a grid, or none of that if you don't know what's going on with all those. You say you don't know what I'm talking about? I don't know how to explain it to you more simple. But I'm a patient person. I was slow in school myself, so I'm patient to try to teach anybody that I can. I appreciate you being on here to keep the chat going, and you asked them valuable questions, but I don't understand. Do you this I might be missing something. If I'm the smartest one in the room group, I got to get me into another group. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. My total for the month. Well, Ronnie Carter, I really don't get into my money. I don't. I show you that I win. And if you're doing what I'm doing, you're gonna win. And you ain't gonna want to talk about your money either. I win. I got receipts. You go back and check. I posted with the Illinois lottery. I play online, and you'll see that the numbers I call, I win in Illinois. I win in Illinois because I'm playing in Illinois. Okay, but I'm way ahead, Will. Ronnie, I'm way ahead. Okay, I'll give you that. Way ahead. Because I ain't guessing my numbers, and I know when to play. I know when to back off. I know when to pick up numbers. I know what I know about the number. So I mean, money wise, it's not how often you play, it's how you play the game, and that's the study and know when the dollar average is working in your favor. But nothing else going to show you that unless you're tracking all 1,000 numbers to know at all times what's going on with the single number, working with the all average, what's going on with the front pair, back pair, single pair. See here, when I play a number, Will, or Ronnie, or anybody, let's say my number is 123. I'm going to know the last time this number fell. I'm going to know the last time the front pair of this number fell. I'm going to know the last time the back pair of this number fell. 23. I'm going to know what position the number fell in the last time. You know, this 1, 2, 3 can come 1, 2, 3. It can come 1, 3, 2. It can come 2, 1, 3. It can come 2, 3, 1. It can come out of the 1,000 numbers. It can come 3, 1, 2, and come 3, 2, 1. I'm going to know all this about the number I play just by looking at the pick at a glance strategy. Okay. Also, I'm going to know what position each one of these numbers last fell in. Out of 0 to 9. I'm going to do this here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Also, I'm going to know what position any number I play in played last. So at the end of the month, say this 0 don't fall in the middle for the whole month. I know that. I ain't guessing at nothing. I know what happened. So if I got a number I'm playing with 3 in it, I'm definitely going to make sure I put that 3 in the middle. I'm definitely going to make sure I put, or if I know a 2 ain't fell on the end and I'm playing number 2, I'm going to make sure I put it in the end. Also, I'm going to always know what single pair didn't follow that number. Like here. This is my single pair strategy sheet. I'm going to know the last time that pair fell on the pick 3 or the pick double. The last time the single the pair fell, because you know you got 3 in this here. Let me tear this off right quick. Right here on this 1, 2, 3 again. It's 3 pairs in here that I got to know what's going on with. I'm gonna know if that before I play number. You got the 12, the 13, and the 20 and the 23. See here on my sheet here? That's why I call it, well, I'm gonna call it pyramid. I say triangle, but I don't know if I want to confuse people. Same thing, but I'm gonna know. See, the 13 ain't failed this month, so I know I'm in good shape playing 1, 2, 3, and I got the 12 and the 23. See what I'm saying? But I know the 13 and the 23 ain't failed. For that number 1, 2, 3 is a good number for me to pick up to play if I want to play it, because I know these 2 pairs ain't failed, and the likelihood of one of them coming this month or the other is good. But if it don't, see, time is always on my side when I'm studying the actual 1,000 numbers. Time is always on my side. Time is always on your side. Okay. Let me see here what we got here. Yeah, I don't want to miss no questions. Okay. What can come 20 different ways, William? What are you talking about comes 20 different ways? If you're still on here. A straight, no, so a 8. What did he say, a 8? So a eight. Okay, William, I kind of you a 44 can be a 44 can be a 62 or 44, and I have no idea what you're talking about there, William. I have no idea, buddy, about the straight can be a 44, and those numbers there. Oops, what happened there? Let's see. Who is this here? Wait a minute. I'm trying to see. Hold on a minute here. Let me do something. Maybe I can do a little better here. Let's see what we got here. And he has him for 2 to 3 months or more. This is based off the law average. Yep, correct. Okay, what else we got here? Yeah, I can carry my numbers. I win enough to carry. Everybody ain't gonna be able to do this starting off. I win enough to do what I need to do, but I don't suggest everybody doing what I'm doing. But when you because your number's gonna run different. My number's not gonna be running the way yours run. So that's why everybody can't be following patterns and different patterns and going back looking for patterns because patterns going to change. That's hindsight. You have to look at foresight to see what the actual 1,000 numbers are doing. I play in Illinois right now, but I'm from Missouri. But I can play any state. But it's work. I wouldn't dare put this much energy in trying to do all states and trying to figure out what states to play for everybody. I wouldn't, because I know better. I know better. I wouldn't be a I wouldn't victimize myself trying to do something like that. Yeah, thank you, Tanisha. Thank you for that. Yeah, it works in all states. Once you start tracking and seeing what's going on, you're gonna feel better about playing the lottery, and then and maybe making it more enjoyable. But play responsibly. These numbers not going anywhere. Just track them. And like I'm telling you, it's got to work by the law average. Just like I told you, this 1 1 and this 6 6 that didn't fall. Then I got my. You always know where to go and look for your numbers to win. You say what number? 506. You talking about strategy number two? Uh, uh, Reese Trotter. You talking about strategy number two? You'd write off the '05, the '06, and the '56. If you're talking about strategy number two, the '05, the '06, and the '56. See, Willie D. Roger. 22 should be 23 on your sheet. I don't understand. 22 should be 23 on the sheet you're looking at? What do you mean 22 should be 23? Here's 23 right here, so I don't understand. And you're talking about this sheet here? Why would 22 be 23? Oh, you see it, Rosie? Okay. Yeah. All these pairs, I'm glad we into this here is newly look, like I say, I had to study it to put it together. So I can understand it being this is probably the hardest one to understand because I didn't know how to find the triples or track the triples or like people were saying, well, where the 75 would be and all that, until I realized that all these make up all the pairs. What's the difference? What's the difference between underlining? So see, and the circle. The circle is I circled it to know that the underline that it didn't come out last month. This gives me a significant know that it either didn't come out in 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. Okay? And the underline, the circle is that it came out, that the number came out. Well, thank you, Tanisha. You just know my eyes hurt. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Uh, but I didn't understand it, but I didn't know the significance of it until I really started using it. Uh, uh, I really didn't. But and then I didn't understand the significance that until just last month when I hit because I think it was well, I know it was the '05, the '01 pair and the '56 pair hadn't hit, and I won the '556 because they opposite each other's. See what I'm saying? Everything here is opposite each other. That's how you use the law average. You looking at playing the opposites of each other. Everything is opposite. And that's how you get them. Because you break it down to 50-50. You playing, but you looking and watching everything. Every time you do this, you know something. You ain't guessing something. You don't know nothing with no flips and flipping numbers. Anything, should I say, I guess. I was a victim of that. I was a victim. And everybody that's just going with that is a victim. I want you to play it and learn to enjoy it kind of, I guess, like I do, just tracking the numbers and know what I'm doing, and when I win, how I won, and when I lose, how I lost. Okay, okay, uh, yeah. All these are this that it. Anybody know what the opposite number is for the 89? Can anybody tell me the opposite number is for the 89 on here? If you're on here. Yeah. You've been with me a long time, Tish, ain't you? You know this good as I do. Thanks, Will. You know also. All right, guys, y'all got this, I think. Wow. It makes my heart happy. Yep. Makes my heart happy. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's go to, I'll go to starting with doing the 1-1 rundown on the 633 that came in. So what you're really doing, if you're new, you're going to have to go back to your previous, take, you're going to have to go back. Just follow me and I'll go more in detail. You say, no, you can't. Well, four digits, anything above three to me is strictly luck. Yeah, pick three. Anything is strictly luck. Simple reason. If you've been doing this, William, I got a pick three number, and a Missouri ain't came out in 15 years exact. Well, I just hit the 160. It was three of them I had over. It was 160. It's pairs. What? It's pairs. What are you saying pairs, William? You're losing me somewhere. Yep. Impossible track. Impossible. And pick 5 got 100,000. Has 100,000. Impossible. Yeah, the 4 digit, no, has 100, has 10,000. So if it takes pick 3, one number takes 15 years to come out, how long you gonna take for one number to come out for pick 4? Take 100 years, right? You know, I'm sure. So no, pick 4 is cool for those that want to play it, I guess. But I don't have no way of tracking it and winning and using it. Okay, let's go with this rundown, and I'm gonna go through finding all the strategies here. Thanks everybody that's assisted me. I really appreciate it. But I think what I was doing here, though, I don't think I finished as I got into reading more than. And I know the single pairs, like I said, of all my numbers. I know everything it is to know about any number, and that is the 1, 2, 3, and like I say, the 12 and 13 didn't fall last month. So 1, 2, 3. If I wanted to put it on my list, I got the money. I didn't strategize my bucket list. I can add it to my bucket list to play. But I mark off the 12, the 13, and the 23 on strategy number 2. Okay. And if you got a double, whatever double you want to know, you're going to have 2. You see, you got 3 separate numbers here. If you got 2 like numbers, like 1, 2, 3, then you got 2 pairs. You got the 12, the 11, and you have the 12. And you got triples. It's only a single number. You just mark off any triple for the doubles that came in. That's what confused me at first. I say, now how am I going to track triples on here? And some say, no, you only got one number. So just mark off that double to make sure you know that that double did fall. All right. Thanks for everybody's help. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I see subscribers on here who got this as good as I do. Makes my heart happy to see everybody is seeing what I see and understanding. To don't try to hit the numbers, let the numbers hit you. Set up your bucket list, stick with it, and always be tracking. So when you do win, you know exactly where you're going to get your numbers. So we had the 633 to come in Illinois evening draw, okay? And we're doing the 111 rundown on that. That's one rundown. You can do a rundown on all, put this number here. This 1-1 is any number out of, you can make it, most people play 1, 2, 3 rundown, 317 rundown, 369 rundown. And then you want to do a rundown with those numbers to get 10 numbers here. And then those numbers supposed to lead you to what's going to play the next day, not. Okay, here. But anyway, I'm going to add 1 to the 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you get 0. 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get, am I doing this right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2. Oh, I'm doing 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you're going to get your 6. When you get the same number at the top, you get the bottom, you add it correctly. Same here, you're going to add 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. Now this 0 and this 9 is really 10, but you don't use the 1, you just use the 0 in lottery math. Okay, 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 9 again, you're just going to do the 0. And 1 to 1, 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get, wait a minute, what? Am I adding right? Oh, you get 3. Yeah, I'm tripping. My eyes, come on, eyes, straighten out for me. Same here, you're just going to count straight down. Add the 1, you're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, and 3. Now, what I did out of the 1,000 numbers that I was talking about, I took those 1,000 numbers and I condensed them to 22 columns to track the 1,000 numbers on. Okay? And those 22 numbers are these numbers here. Okay? These numbers here, you can screenshot them. And and if you want to make the 22 columns, just do the 1-1 rundown on these numbers that I'm showing you right here. You're going to do it on the 012, the 013, the 014, the 015, the 016, 017, the 018, the 024, the 025, the 023, the 027, the 037. And then the doubles, you're going to do it on the 001, the 002, the 003, the 004, the 005, triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, and 044. Now, if you do that and make up this sheet, if you're just starting with me for this sheet here, you're going to have to go back. When I started this here, I knew what I had. I went back 2 years off of those 22 columns and eliminated every number that played. So I picked up whatever numbers that hadn't played for that year, and I started playing them in 2025. And start looking at them, see how to use them in 2025. All right? It was the Oh, I got you, Will. Okay. Okay, you're right then. Yeah, I wrote the one I tore off should have been 23. I didn't see. Let me see. Did I do that? What did I do that? Oh, yeah, I see what you. Yeah, you're right, Will. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that should have been 23. That can be confusing. Thank you. I write too fast. I try to keep up with my brain so I don't forget nothing. But appreciate you. That's why I appreciate you that you're here to straighten things out for me. Thank you. All right. Now, that was for the front and back pair, right, Will? That's what you was talking about. You're right. Okay. Now, you can take this, do the 1-1-1 rundown. Now, if you just want to play around with it, make the sheet out. I would make copies once I do the 1-1 rundown, get the 22 columns. I went back 2 years, but you won't have to go back that far. You might I would go back a year at least. And see the 22, the 12 single columns I made? I did this in longhand before I even came up with this because there wasn't no computers around when I was doing it. Okay. And here's the two we just went over. Like I would build, I would have underlined here, but like I had that larger sheet for my eyes, and then I'll do this later. But I know the 33 and the 36, and then I'll underline what hasn't failed on here. But I'll just circle. I'm gonna circle the 33 now since we went through that in 36. But these are the 12 numbers. Let me make sure you can see. 12 numbers on top. These here are what I call base numbers. And all these base numbers got zeros in them, right? And I had a subscriber out of all the years I've been doing this, made me realize. Hi, Renee. Glad to have you with us. Made me realize that all of them had zeros in them to find the base number and find the column. Let's see. And here's the doubles. But two heads better than one. That's why I want more people to get their eyes on this. You might see something I missed that they might close the lottery down. I don't know, because I have the utmost confidence in this. because you can see something I don't see. And that's why I say I don't predict numbers for people or try to get people numbers, because they're using this, they could see something that I totally missed in their state, even here in Illinois. Here's here's 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, 044. The 10 doubles. Doubles are a number with two like numbers. These base numbers here, whenever you do a rundown, one of these base numbers, whether it's a double or a single, will always be in that rundown unless it's the base number itself. Unless it's the base number itself. It won't be in the rundown. You would just mark off the base number. Okay? So, with this 633, we did the 1-1 rundown on it. We're going to see what column under the doubles is going to be under. And I know that it ain't the 077. So it would be the 300. Okay? And I'll go here, back where was that. So you can mark it off. To 300, okay? So you're going to go to 300 on the doubles. See here? And you're going to mark off and go down and come to, see here, you see the 336, but it came as a 633. Same number, because any of these doubles can come three different ways. And see, all these in numerical order, so it won't be as 633. It's the same number. So it's showing as 336, because this can come 336, it can come 363, or it can come 633. Okay? Well, I think the number for day for Renee for today, I don't run, but you know I'm running. Well, I won't go into that. I'm gonna go through this and then I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. Okay, Renee, we gonna go through that. Okay. Okay. Now, so, bam, you're done. Now we're gonna go to strategy number 2, which I discussed in detail. More so here. Like I marked it off if you've been with us. Right here. I marked, remember I told you that the 3-3 didn't fall any in November. It didn't fall any in December. But it just fell the first of this year. Because the numbers don't stop doing what they doing, rotating out over the 3 years just because we got a new year. So if you start tracking these numbers, carry the numbers that didn't fall the previous year, like you do them for the previous month, from month to month, from year to year. Okay, Will, 1997, okay, all right. Okay, so you got the 33 and the 36. Those are the pairs, the single pairs. This here is this here is really good, really. Well, all of them good, but I kind of just, especially with the wild ball that they doing and stuff, I think they making it harder to hit straight. So you're going to need to know what these pairs are doing, or hitting straight. I mean, hitting exact, like hitting 1, 2, 3. So you can probably gonna have to start hitting box, rolling box. 34 must be okay. 33, 36. All right. So now I'm gonna go to strategy number 3. And with my studying and tracking and following other people, they would just usually tell me what number was cold. So I say I need to know what number was cold and what position that number was in. So when I travel, carry these numbers from month to month, I want to know what number is cold and how to play it. So we had the 633 come in, and I mark off the 6 and the 3-3. And the reason why none of these are marked off, now I'm probably have to mark these off in a minute. None of these are marked off. I know that every one of these numbers was marked off for last month. And the reason I would use this comes up is like, let me see if I can do this here. Put it up like here. Just like, say, there's 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna use the 633 that came in. I'm trying to stay on course here, on target. 633 that came in, and I realized out of the 633 that came in that say next month that this 3 didn't fall on the front. That following month, if I'm still playing 633 as my number, I'd make sure I play it as 363. Like that, or 336. I'm sorry, 336. To make sure that that 3 is on the front if I played it 50 cents straight, exact. Because it gives you more of a chance of hitting the numbers exact if you know what position all the numbers are falling and not falling in. Okay? That's what, because the reason that worked for me, even like here, with strategy 2, I realized that 38 pair hadn't failed for 4 months. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about. You got to know. Hadn't failed for 12, hadn't failed for 4 months, 20 days, 28 days. So I hit it with the 338 because I know why I always play my numbers. And I ain't playing all the numbers that same day, every day. I got my bucket list, and I like I say, play them till they come, make that money. Y'all play your numbers. You ain't. The longer the numbers come out, the better you got a chance of noticing and learning what to play on your numbers, the actual numbers. Same way here with the double. 7s didn't fall for 2 months with no number. You wouldn't see that doing nothing else. I played 777, 7-7 front, 7-7 back, and won. I know why I'm playing my numbers. But like I say with triples, I don't play them at all to the end of the year. I'm only playing triple eights like I'm playing triple eights last month. I only play them and make them part of my bucket list. I'm going to play those eights one more month, then I'm off of them and go back to my original strategy. But I win, and I won most of my triples with the strategy I'm using on the eights for last month. But I didn't hit the eights, but I hit the 8-8-4 and the 8-8-5. Because I knew why I was playing them and what position they had fallen in and not fallen in. I hit the 2-8-5. I hit the what was the other 8? The other 8. But the 2-8, yeah, the 2-8-6. See what I'm saying? Because I always know what position my numbers are falling in and what numbers are out there working with the law average to win. Now, my next strategy is my front pair and back pair. This here is a clean sheet starting off for the year. Where's my other sheet at? This is a yearly sheet that you track. Put this together for the year because I always want to know about my front pairs and back pairs and how to play them. That's how I hit the 8, and that's why I'm playing the 8s. Like I said, the 8-8 hadn't failed for January. That's how long these numbers take. That's why you got to track them. Okay? So now I'll be marking off for the first of the year is the 63. And the 33, first double of the year. on the back. Okay, on the back. Now, that's how you do that. Bam, you're done. Because that, basically, let me show you. This is what it takes for the day. What I do. Number come in. I do the 1-1 rundown on the number, find out what column is under. If it's a single, I find it. Bam, I'm done. Then if it's the pairs, I know if it's a double or three, I circle off the pairs. Bam, I'm done. I mark off the X's here, triangle. Bam, I'm done. Then I go to the front pair, back pair sheet. If I can get it here. And do what I just did earlier on it. Bam, I'm done. And you're going to know a whole lot more than you're going to know doing a tic-tac-toe, a date sum, a grid, a flip, and a rotate, trying to hit these numbers the next day. Now, I already know that I'm going to have to go in a little deep into, in Illinois, a little deep into 2025. Because everything with the law average almost played out. Everything that I had up here to hit. That I tell you, November, December, and January are my best months. And it rolled well with the law average. Let me see. I think I got my other sheet here. No, I do. That's this sheet. Okay. Okay, here. Yep. So that's pretty much you're going to do with the PICK-3 at a glance chart. See here where I went back. This is what I did for the whole year. This is what I call a summary sheet. See, I keep a summary sheet going too for the year. I don't do the strategy 2s and 3 because that's not necessary. But I do track the front pair and the back pair. If you're going to take this sheet, you're going to do the front pair, back pair sheet, and you got to go back to January of 2023. In Illinois, I got it posted with the data on the calendar where you can use it to go back. In your own state, you can go to Lottery Post, get the year's worth of data, and see how I marked off everything here. So at a glance, I know off each column what numbers did not show up. And I'll transfer those numbers over to my new sheet for 2025. All the data, and that's your heavy lifting. Now, once you do that, you'll have all that data from day to day and month to month that you don't have to do that again. How long you should wait to play, Rosie? I usually start looking for numbers to play if they ain't played within 60 days. Like if one of these columns I know ain't played, as you tracking every month, ain't played in 60 days, this is my column to play. Or 90 days. The double's going to take longer. So I really don't, I focus on the doubles, but these here are going to probably come in sooner. Or if I see, like I said, if I see two columns or one, it depends on how long, you 60 days. Usually I got my numbers set up before then that I play. But usually 60 days, if I see a column ain't hit in, I'm going to probably go out in Illinois maybe before I add any numbers or something, maybe 90 days. Because it takes kind of like 90 days for these numbers start to lining up. Because Illinois hit a lot of the numbers rotating out. Now, I mean, you won't wait 90 days to play because I got my numbers that I'm carrying. And like I say, Triple Ace is one that I'll be carrying for next month for sure. But I'm going to show you the other ones here. Let's see. And I'll be telling you why I'm playing them and how I'm playing them. But yeah, you're going to be watching as you go. month to month. Okay, you say what about month to month? Okay, what about month to month? I think you. What about month to month? No, uh, month to month. You can watch. It's gonna as you get into the 60 and 90 days, you'll be able to see more, but not. You're going to have to build. You'll build up your bucket list. You'll see more because if you see a column here and this 60 numbers you're looking at, not just 10 or the 1,000, you'll get up. If ain't nothing hit off this column, say this year. If don't nothing hit off this column in 3 months of the year, that's the column I'm gonna pick up, start playing. I'm not gonna worry about any of this stuff here on the doubles. Like last month, this column 005. I mean, not last month, last year, January, this time last year, on evenings. The only thing came off. The only thing that came off this column, I'm telling you, for the whole year, was the 616. For the whole year, up to, oh, if I can remember, about 5 months. These columns can take 5 months and never hit because they doubles. They're gonna hit less. So I got my eye on them. I know what I'm tracking. I know what numbers are coming. I know how to use them. The first number I hit off of it when it did show up was the 388. But I wasn't playing all that time. But I knew when it was time. When I hit, I knew where I was going to get my next numbers to win with. I wasn't guessing where I was going because I had a column here I knew hadn't hit for the whole. The only number that fell off it was the 616 for the whole year up to June, I believe it was. That's what I'm talking about. You start building a skill set for your state. Yeah, they'll do that. They will do that with the fireball wheel. I am looking at that. That's why I'm saying that they making it harder. Wheel. I'm thinking to hit the numbers exact because my numbers used to come out more exact sooner than they are now. And I know this is, and we are seeing when I was in Missouri, when they came out with it in Missouri, I wasn't too familiar with that fireball stuff. Now I'm over here in Illinois and I've been over here tracking for a year. The similarities are the same. They put that wild ball and they don't, and see when you hit with that wild ball, they don't pay the same as when you hit exact with the straight when they didn't have that wild ball fireball. You would get the whole jackpot. But if you hit it with the hit the number with that wild ball and you didn't pay the extra dollar, you ain't did too much. I'd rather run that extra dollar on another number straight or another number box, running box on my same number, or run $2 box. Because I'm pretty sure they done made it with that wild ball harder to hit these numbers exact. And also to set themselves up to use AI like Willie Tipton software to choose to pick the numbers instead of letting them come random. Okay? Instead of letting them come random. So, it's set up for you to lose, not for you to win. But you'll be able to see more tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Because I used to hit them a lot straight. I still hit straight, but it's harder. So they're using AI. I think eventually they're going to use AI to actually pick the numbers. And once they do that, it's game over that I can see. It's game over from what I can see. But I'll get that back. Give it a minute and clear out. So, but it's still fun. It's still fun. I'm still winning, still winning, and I'm using the same method. But I can see more. I can see what's going on. He say Illinois 663 follows. I don't do what follows. There's no way to tell what's gonna follow nothing. I hate to say that, right? There's no way to know what number's gonna follow. You build your bucket list off the law average. You see what I'm saying? You stick with your bucket list of numbers, and when they come in, you let the numbers hit you. You don't try to hit the numbers. If you're trying to see what follows a number, there's no way to tell. There's no rhyme or reason to how these 1,000 numbers are going to come out. Nothing. Unless only way your key is going to be tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and knowing what they're doing, the front pair, back pair, single digit. Tracking those and knowing. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something. I'm going to take 10 and law average. This is what I mean by the law average. I'm gonna take 10 random numbers, okay? I'm gonna do 927, 021, 423, 672, 841. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 772, 304. 304, 629, 930. Okay, y'all see that's 10 numbers. By the law average, you got 1,000 numbers, you got 365 days out of the year. You're only going to get a third of those 1,000 numbers every year. You got 10 numbers here. So for the whole year, on average, you're going to only get 3 of these numbers to hit exact. For the whole year. Okay? So, on average. So you're going to look for those years I was telling you about, make 3 or 4 years to come out. And on average, because you're going to get a little different. But on average, the first year you might get these 3 here. That's your law average. That's a third of those 1,000 numbers. The next year you might get these 3 here to come exact. That's any random number. I don't care what random numbers you come out with. If you played them numbers every day exact like this, all you're going to get 3 is for the whole year. Then you're going to get another 3 here, year 3. And it's going to keep going in that pattern. Any random numbers. Any random numbers, the average you're going to get. That's why with triples, okay, I'm going to do triples. With triples, the same principle. The same principle with triples work with any random numbers. That's what I figured that out. When they said triples, you're going to do the same thing on average. Now, you have your oddball year, maybe. You're going to get only 3 on average, if any. Because if one year you get 5 triples, that next year you might only get 2 triples. Or 1 triple, or no triple for the whole year. And I'm sure states ain't hit no whole year triples already right now. Ain't had a triple fall. I heard somebody complaining just the other day about what no triple fell in their state. And I know in 2023, an evening draw, only thing fell for the whole evening draw was triple zeros for the whole year. But over time, what I'm saying on average, you're going to only get 3 triples for the year. That's why I said those 8s I was playing, it was a good chance that they might not come out. But it was a good chance for my strategy that they could have come out too. But like I say, I'm only going to give them 1 more month. Then after that, I'm off of them. Then I'm going to go back to this principle, not playing no triples at all, period, or for the whole year until I see something like those double A's and have more of a reason to play them. But most of the time, I don't play triples at all year. But when I do play, I hit them. When I do play, I do hit them. Okay. So, but yeah, you'll get 1 year, you might get these 3. Next year, you get these 3. So there's no rhyme or reason to No tic-tac-toe day summer grid to tell you what's coming the next day and what following what. Nothing, none of that. Ain't numbers don't follow numbers. Numbers don't travel. The thousand numbers in your state, depending on how they rotating, depending on how the number going, depending on how the front pair, back pairs are going, how the single digits are going, how the single pairs are going, that's going to tell you what's coming to your state. Nothing else. Just because 1, 2, 3 and hit 10 states don't mean 1, 2, 3 is coming to your state. Because I just told you one number exact can take 15 years. See what I'm saying? We're a victim of making this harder than what it is. All you got to do is track your own numbers for your own state. We're a victim. And putting the work in, you got to put the one in before you get fired out. Once you study this little system, this is how really, Eddie Tipton did it. He organized the numbers so he knew when they was falling, and he put the law average in there to know when to play the numbers and when where they had come down to a lesser pool of 200 numbers. And he started with the PICK-3 first. Oh, this man's filthy rich, believe me. This man, from what I seen with what he did, before they caught this man, he was making buku money. And then after they tried to figure out what he was doing for 4 years, he made buku money. You don't hear whisper out of this man. Don't nobody know what this man. I don't blame him. He probably a billionaire, for sure. From time they caught him, from the time he started, that man got so. And then he wasn't even doing it. The thing is, he wasn't doing this by himself, y'all. He had a syndicate. People all over the country playing and winning and splitting the money with him. People all over the country. So if he can do that, they can do it. Don't burn your money up. Don't burn your money up. Make fun out of it. You'll get them. You'll bang them. It's gonna be a position in them numbers that you're gonna. Oh no, this come. I know it's coming. Pretty much. I say it's no rhyme or reason, but it works with the law average. If you know that like I said, AA hadn't been out in 6 months, and you know AA front and AA back ain't almost failed all year, and you don't jump on triple A's, call me. I'll jump on them for you. Your state. If anybody see where a front zero and a back zero ain't failed all year, and then double zero ain't failed for 6 months, just give me a call. Just send me a text. Say, you know the thing you talking about, them zeros ain't failed all year and ain't failed here. And the pair ain't failed in 6 months. Just give me a call around November and December, please. I'll take that. That's what I mean. Teamwork makes the dream work. Us following all these different tic-tac-toe, day sum grids, flips, and mirrors, and not tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, missing the boat. Missing the boat. Because if y'all doing that, believe me, you're going to know why you lost, and you're going to know every time you win. There's no other way. You'll never see it with nothing else. There's no other way you're going to do a rundown on none of these numbers when you can mirror any of these numbers to win on hindsight rather than foresight. If you do a 10-number run and you don't know nothing about them numbers, you might as well go get you some quick picks. Get your $10 worth quick picks and hope for the best. No. We club elite over here. We do what it takes to get in the winning circle. That's what I'm calling Big 30 Clans family. We club elite. Ain't no dogs chasing our tails. We're going to know why we playing our numbers. We're going to know what them numbers doing. And when we have something like this come, if they ain't cheating, if they ain't picking those numbers, it got to work by law average. I just showed you that 3-3 hadn't played. It came in this year, right on target. But it ain't. You can track them all, but you don't want to try to play them all. You can't play them all. but you'll start seeing what's going on. You'll start seeing the truth of the actual numbers and how they work and how they travel. Yep. With that wild ball and fireball. Yeah. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. Um, yep. All right, family. Any other questions here? If you're watching and I'd like for you to share, comment, and subscribe as you like. Also, if you could double tap the screen, that'd be a great help. Oh, 002 is mirror number. Okay, I don't know if you're talking to me. I think it's some was asking me about what number I was playing. I think it was Renee. I was playing over here. This is what I'm doing in Illinois. Basically, what these are the numbers I'm carrying over, pretty much. Oops. Now, what's coming today? I'll try to predict what's coming next day. I play with my numbers. I hold my numbers that I set up on my bucket list, and I stay with them. I'll try to figure out what's coming next day. Here, this is what I'm looking at. You see here, every one of these mirrors and they opposite played. This here played within. You know what I tell you? November, December, or Muhammad. These plays right in December. I hit this. I hit this. I hit this because they hadn't played all year. And they opposite hadn't played. See, these numbers opposite each other. And the 3-7 front pair hadn't played all year. So I hit the 3-7-7 because I knew the 3-7-7 hadn't played and 3-7-7 hadn't played all year to double. That's knowing and not guessing. Now, what I'm really looking at here is this 3-7. These here playing, I'm playing these, so you know. And I'm going to play 50 cents straight. I'm going to play that 3-7 on the front. I'll play that 3-7 on the front again. But I'm definitely playing these. This 037, this 137, this 673. Excuse me. And then here on these doubles, I'm playing the triple eights. Okay, you know I'm gonna carry. That's gonna be my everyday carry for the month. The triple eights is gonna be my. If you don't have the money to carry them, don't. But you can play 50 cent on them if you got that. And if I was playing them 50 cent, I play them for how many draws I can get them for. If I can get them for 5 draws, I don't know what your state is, 14 draws or whatever. I'll get them for 5 draws. So if they come and you're doing something different and you didn't get to play them, you won't miss them. Good. Glad to hear, Willie. Glad you do. Glad you play for fun. Now, if you want, you can play on 50 cent box mirror. If you want to go ahead and put these back in, this 1, 2, 8. I really ain't looking at them that way. I'm looking for because I know these didn't fall at all last year. These here haven't fell at all last year, and I'm looking for one of these 3 to pick up, come back. And I know the 37 pair only hit once last month. And it was the 377, matter of fact. Excuse me. And it didn't hit the money at all before that at all. See, working with the law average, you start being able to get it in your head. I guess most time they only change one number in the double. I guess. I don't know if that's the coming the next day or not. But like I say, once you build your bucket list, you'll be able to see more of the numbers that you're actually playing. Okay. The doubles here. I'm looking at playing these numbers and the opposite that haven't played. Like the 665 and the 110, that double. Um, the 044 and the 559 on the doubles. Um, the 224 and the 779. And let's go with the 334 and the 889. These numbers are opposite each other. And then that's my bucket list of numbers going into January 2025. Also here, I know by tracking the front pairs and the back pair, these pairs did not fall at all on the front or the back last year. 17 front, 37 front. Well, I didn't mark that off, did I? 37 did. I just told you I hit the 377. And then this 50 front, this here, this 22 back, this 39 back, and this 50. So this gives you numbers to look at and watch and see what's going on with the numbers. I'm playing these front pair, back pairs also for 50 cent front pair, back pair. So if any of these, and I'm, 50, if these come in, I'm investing in my number. I'll invest that money into those 888s. Right now, anything that I'll win for this month, I'm going to invest pretty much heavily into the 888s for me. And more than likely, I'm going to look into these here singles because they got a better chance of coming in. The 673, the 137, the 037. Okay? So that ain't too much of a number. See all these numbers that I had put up to play and how they've hidden already? It or its opposite showed up. The only thing is the doubles. Like I said, it takes longer to win. But when I got a column like this, where 4 numbers, where none of those numbers that came in, the setup here, and it's opposite, I know 1 out of those 4 numbers are going to come, if not 2. Like over here, 2 came. See what I mean? That gives you a 50-50 chance of winning. Any number and its opposite gives you a 50-50 chance. That's why I'm always looking for the 50-50 on everything. And here, see all these columns on here, and the 1-1 rundown gives me exactly that. It puts everything in a 50-50 perspective. Every one of these columns have the number and its opposite in it. The 018, the opposite of it is 563. At a glance, I know that. 563. So if here, and I know for 3 or 4 months that this column ain't hit at all, and this 018 didn't hit, and the 563 didn't hit, playing them two gives me a 50-50 chance of winning. All the columns and the doubles, all the opposites are in it. So when I'm looking at numbers to play, I'm always looking at on that column what numbers haven't played, and if the opposite of that number hasn't played. This 024, the opposite is 579. You go down, you see the 579 ain't played. You're going to play those two. There's your 50-50 shot. And I'll play it till one or the other comes in. Or if I look down the column and I see 4, because as you marking them off each month, because you're going to do a sheet like this each month, you're going to carry over from month to month, and you're going to eliminate numbers from month to month, so you'll know what columns did not hit. So you'll know if a column didn't hit, if one of these columns don't hit in January, don't hit in February, don't hit in March. When you win, you don't have to look at all the numbers and guess and do a tic-tac-toe run, none on that. You go to that column and see how to best play it. Most of the time, I'm playing a 50-cent box, and then when they come in, I'm loading up on the numbers in the opposite with the 50-50 numbers that didn't come in. I'm always ahead, man. So those that say how much I win and stuff, I'm ahead. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you play the game right, you're going to be ahead too. Yep. Play it. track it. Do what I'm showing you here. Really simple. All you're working with is the law of average and knowing how to read the numbers, the actual 1,000 numbers. Okay, family. Any other questions? Anything that I can get us all in the winner circle, because all I can say is bless the channel as the channel blesses you. Oh, yeah, month to month. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got you now. I'm glad I explained it to you. I'm glad I explained it to you. Yeah, month to month. You're going month to month with these. Month to month. And as you go month to month, you're going to highlight what columns didn't hit. And you're going, as you mark the numbers off, you're going to see what numbers haven't hit. So your month to month going to tell you, going to show you so much. And when you start doing that 50-50, like I'm talking about, with the numbers on the opposite that hadn't showed, working with the law average, you'd be in there like that there. Because the thing is, all of them going to be different in all the states. You can't find an algorithm, tic-tac-toe, and different patterns to look for. Because that's hindsight. You need to be looking forward. Because you can make these numbers be anything and wind up to anything if you can flip and mirror any number. I was a victim of that. But I learned a lot. I tracked everything I could. I found everything I could on Eddie Tippett, and his strategy was simple. Just his programming was organized, and he could do it himself to win. You're welcome. And you have to do it yourself to win. You can't be using somebody else's system to win. I don't care who it is. And with mine, I ain't gonna tell you not to do it for yourself, because you will see something I miss that you're banging with for thousands of dollars that I'll actually miss it. But more eyes on the board for you, with you looking at your own numbers, is so much better. All right, family. Let everybody enjoy New Year's Day. Well, that was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, today's second, right? Oh my God! You know what, boy? When you retire, you lose time. You lose time. Time flies by. You forget the days of the week, the month, and everything. Yeah. All right, family. So play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing the lucky town. Tracking is king. OPPB. I can't emphasize enough. Be organized. Be patient. Be persistent. Just like I got it laid out on the sheet. Be organized, be patient, be persistent. Stick with a budget, play responsibly. Enjoy the rest of 2025.